10 wrestlers WWE never wants back. WWE has burned more bridges in the past decade than they've built, and I am furious that the company pretends to have an open-door policy for returning legends while secretly maintaining a blacklist of wrestlers they will never rehire no matter how much money it could make. Triple H loves to talk about welcoming everyone back home and healing old wounds, but there are at least 10 wrestlers whose names make Vince McMahon's daughter and chief content officer go silent, whose contract offers get rejected before they are even printed, and whose legacy DVDs will never be produced. And here's what has me absolutely enraged: some of these wrestlers are on the list for legitimate reasons like criminal charges or wellness policy violations, but others are blacklisted simply because they spoke the truth about WWE's toxic corporate culture or dared to succeed outside WWE's control. If you think WWE's blacklist is justified, or if you believe the company holds petty grudges, drop your take in the comments right now, because what I'm about to count down will show you why WWE's never come back list reveals everything wrong with how the company treats talent. Before we dive into the list, let me be clear about the criteria. I'm not including wrestlers who simply retired and have no interest in returning, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, who wrestles when he wants, are currently under contract elsewhere but could return someday, like Kenny Omega, passed away like Owen Hart, whose family has legitimate legal reasons for the estrangement. I'm only including wrestlers who are alive, able to wrestle or perform, but have burned bridges so badly that WWE will never bring them back. Let's count down the 10 wrestlers WWE never wants back. 10. Ryback. Starting at 10, we have Ryback, the big guy who left WWE in 2016 and has spent the past 8 years absolutely torching the company on social media. Ryback Ryan Reeves was massively over in 2012 to 2013. His "Feed Me More" catchphrase was everywhere. He challenged Centimeter Punk for the WWE Championship multiple times. He was being positioned as the next big monster, but backstage, Ryback was having major disputes with WWE over pay structure. He wanted higher paid wrestlers to make less so lower card talent could earn more. Creative direction. He pitched ideas that were rejected. Injury concerns. He felt WWE was rushing him back from injuries. First trivia question for the comments: Ryback's undefeated streak in 2012 was reminiscent of which WCW legend's famous streak? Name the wrestler. In 2016, Ryback's contract expired and he walked away. Since then, his called WWE's pay structure slavery, accused wrestlers of being afraid to speak up, threatened lawsuits over his intellectual property, started a supplement company that competes with WWE sponsors. WWE will never bring Ryback back because he threatens legal action regularly. His damaged relationships with current roster members. His supplement business conflicts with WWE's corporate partners. His proven he can't be controlled or silenced. 9. Alberto Del Rio. Alberto El Patron. At 9 we have Alberto Del Rio, the 4-time WWE champion whose personal life became such a legal nightmare that WWE severed ties permanently. Del Rio Jose Alberto Rodriguez had 2 separate runs with WWE, 2010 to 2014 and 2015 to 2016, and both ended badly. His first departure came after he slapped a WWE employee who made a racist comment. WWE fired him for the slap, but many fans supported Alberto's actions. His second departure came when his on-screen relationship with Paige became a real relationship, and their personal drama started affecting WWE's locker room atmosphere. But the real reason WWE will never bring him back came after he left. In 2020, Alberto was arrested on multiple charges including kidnapping and sexual assault. While charges were eventually dropped, the allegations were so serious that WWE completely erased him from their history. Second question: Alberto Del Rio won the 2011 Royal Rumble by last eliminating which WWE legend? Name the final elimination. WWE will never bring Del Rio back because the legal allegations, even dropped, create PR nightmares. His unpredictable behavior damaged multiple relationships. He burned bridges with both WWE management and roster members. He represents too much reputational risk. 8. Enzo Amore. Enzo. At 8, we have Enzo Amore, the most charismatic talker in NXT history, who got fired by WWE the morning of Raw 25 in the most brutal way possible. Enzo Amore, Eric Arndt and Big Cass were the hottest act in NXT. Their promos were legendary. My name is Enzo Amore and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. They moved to the main roster in 2016 and were over. Enzo became WWE Cruiserweight Champion in 2017. But on the 22nd of January 2018, allegations surfaced that Enzo had been involved in a sexual assault case in Arizona. Here's the key detail: Enzo allegedly knew about the investigation but never told WWE. WWE fired him immediately that morning. The charges were later dropped due to insufficient evidence, but the damage was done. Third question: Enzo Amore won the WWE Cruiserweight Championship by defeating which wrestler at No Mercy 2017? Name his opponent. WWE will never bring Enzo back because he failed to disclose a legal investigation to WWE. He was reportedly difficult backstage and had heat with multiple wrestlers. He was kicked off a tour bus by Roman Reigns for being disrespectful. WWE's locker room made it clear they didn't want him back. Since leaving WWE, Enzo has pursued a rap career with limited success, wrestled on the independent scene, tried multiple comebacks that fizzled out. The door is closed permanently. 7. Low Ki Carvel. At 7, we have Low Ki, one of the most respected independent wrestlers of all time who had 2 separate WWE runs and blew both opportunities. Low-Ki Brandon Silvestri is a legend on the indies. He's a former Raw World Champion. He's worked for TNA, NJPW, and virtually every major promotion except WWE long-term. His first WWE run 2003 to 2004 as Carvel was brief and forgettable. His second run 2010 to 2011 came after he won NXT Season 2. He was supposed to get a huge push on SmackDown, but it lasted just 12 weeks before he was released. Why? Because Low-Ki has a notorious reputation for refusing to modify his wrestling style. He works stiff and won't adapt to WWE's safer style. Disrespecting WWE's veterans. He allegedly told veteran wrestlers they didn't know how to work. Walking out of shows. He's walked out of multiple promotions when things didn't go his way. Ego issues. He believes he's above WWE's system. Fourth question: Low-Ki won NXT Season 2, but who was the runner-up that actually became a much bigger WWE star? Name the wrestler. WWE will never bring Low-Ki back because he refuses to work WWE style. He has heat with multiple WWE legends. His proven heel walk out when unhappy. He's publicly criticized WWE's training methods. 6. Neville Pack. At 6, we have Neville Pack, the man that gravity forgot, who walked out of WWE in 2017 and became one of AEW's top stars. Neville Ben Satterley was NXT champion. He was a fantastic high flyer. He became WWE Cruiserweight champion and was the ace of the 205 Live brand. But in October 2017, Neville was scheduled to lose the Cruiserweight Championship to Enzo Amore on Raw. Neville refused. He literally walked out of the arena and didn't come back. WWE kept him under contract through 2018, preventing him from working anywhere else. Finally, in 2019, his contract expired and he became Pac in AEW. Since then, Pac has become a top star in AEW, won the AEW All-Atlantic Championship, main event major shows, proven he was right about his value. Fifth question: Neville won the NXT Championship by defeating which wrestler at NXT TakeOver R Evolution? Name his opponent. WWE will never bring Neville back because he walked out on the company. He's now a major AEW star. WWE's competition. He demand creative control WWE won't give. Triple H reportedly took the walkout personally. 5. Jeff Hardy current status. At 5, we have Jeff Hardy, and this one hurts because Jeff is a legend, but his repeated wellness policy violations have made WWE say enough. Jeff Hardy is a former WWE champion, multiple-time tag team champion with his brother Matt, a risk-taking daredevil who defined TLC matches, but Jeff has struggled with substance abuse issues his entire career. His most recent WWE run ended in 2021 when he was released after walking out of a live event mid-match, allegedly appearing impaired during a show, refusing to go to rehab. WWE gave Jeff multiple chances. They sent him to rehab multiple times, but when he refused treatment they had to let him go. Sixth question: Jeff Hardy won his first WWE Championship at which premium live event in 2008? Name the event. Since leaving WWE, Jeff went to AEW where he also had issues, was arrested for DUI again, completed court-ordered rehab, is trying to rebuild his career. WWE will never bring Jeff back, at least not to wrestle, because the liability risk is too high. He's violated their trust too many times. They can't afford another PR disaster with substance abuse. His in-ring career is essentially over due to age and physical condition. This one is tragic because Jeff is beloved, but WWE has to protect itself. 4. Hulk Hogan wrestling capacity. At 4 we have Hulk Hogan. Yes, he's been brought back for HOF appearances and hosting, but WWE will never let him wrestle again or give him real creative power. In 2015, Hogan was caught on tape making racist comments. WWE fired him and erased him from their website. In 2018, WWE quietly reinstated Hogan to the Hall of Fame. He's made sporadic appearances since. But here's what WWE will never do. Give Hogan a Wrestlemania match. Let him book or have creative input. Make him the face of a brand or show. Put him in a position where his past could damage their image. 7th question. Hulk Hogan's last official WWE match was against which wrestler at SummerSlam 2006? Name his final opponent. Hogan is on limited appearances only. WWE keeps him at arm's length. #3 cm Punk 2014 to 2024 context. At 3 I'm including centimeter Punk with an asterisk because for 10 years 2014 to 2024 WWE absolutely refused to bring him back. Punk walked out in 2014 after Royal Rumble. For a decade, WWE said never again. What changed? AEW imploded. Punk had legal issues with Colt Cabana, the Young Bucks and Tony Khan. He became radioactive. WWE saw an opportunity. Triple H brought him back in 2023. But here's the reality: if AEW hadn't fallen apart for Punk, he'd still be on WWE's blacklist. 8th question. Centimeter Punk's last WWE match before his 2014 walkout was against which wrestler at the Royal Rumble? Name his final opponent. 2 Warriors Estate / Ultimate Warrior family. At 2, we have the Ultimate Warrior's estate, specifically his widow and daughters who have been banned from WWE events. After Warrior Jim Hellwig passed away in 2014, his widow Dana and daughters initially had a good relationship with WWE, but in recent years, there's been a falling out. Reports suggest disputes over Warrior's Hall of Fame ring, disagreements over Warrior's legacy portrayal, financial disputes over merchandise. WWE has effectively banned the family from events. 1 Vince McMahon future returns. And at 1 controversially I'm putting Vince McMahon himself. Yes, he built the company, but after the Yanal Grant lawsuit and allegations, WWE now TKO has made it clear Vince is done. Triple H is in charge. Vince has been erased from programming. His name isn't mentioned. Final question. Do you think Vince McMahon will ever return to WWE in any capacity, or is he truly done forever? Give me your prediction. Conclusion. These 10 wrestlers represent WWE's permanent blacklist. Some earned it through criminal behavior, some through unprofessionalism, some through simply speaking truth to power. But all of them share one thing: the bridge is burned. Smash that like button, subscribe to Wrestling Zone 1 and drop your takes. Did I miss anyone? Do any of these wrestlers deserve a second chance? Let's debate. I'll catch you in the next one.